So it's been a little bit since I put up anything on the channel about the house, and I've got some reasons for that, but I'm going to show you a little progress right now. All right, we got it. Last time we were working on these beams, trying to get all this stuff done, but now we've got our ceiling in. We've got it rough wired in, so it's really looking pretty good. So the thing I like about it, if you stand right here, you've got a window back there, and then you've got the front. And I know we got some cluttery things going on, but the breeze comes this way almost constantly. And you can see, if you look at the clothesline over there, just a gentle breeze blowing, always up this way toward the house. That's why we put the house facing this way. But then what I haven't showed, come around this way, we're going to put in a dirty kitchen. It's right here. And we're kind of still in the conceptual stage here. We almost went too far. We may take out some of this hollow block, not this, but probably on this end, and somehow leave it open on this end so that we maintain the breeze through here. So they're busy, but they've been hauling this dirt in all day, and now it's being tamped down, and you can see the wires along the ground. They're getting the depth. It's staked out on the end down there. So what we're planning on doing is go ahead and put this beam up over here. There's a beam right there, and then one over here, and then from that, once we get that done, we get the ceiling put on, just like this one over here. You see that this one's called a lintel. That's a really strong beam. That's where it's going to connect in, and then it'll come across here. And what we want to see, leave it open for now. Just leave it open, build it, to that point. Leave it open from there so we can see what the breeze feels like, see what it feels like inside the kitchen with the roof being over the top. And again, we're going to do it exactly like this roof here. It's got, on top, it's got the long span roofing, it's got insulation, and then it's got calci board, painted. So it looks pretty good. It's nice. It serves a utilitarian purpose. Don't even know if that's a word, utilitarian. But anyway, we're probably going to pour some concrete today. So we got two guys on the tamping machine. We'll get it all down so we can start mixing concrete. So we've got all the walls up pretty much. And this is kind of smoothed out already. Kind of already skim coated some of it. And then right now, Michael is doing the ceiling. So I can get a little better light. But he's doing the skim coating in preparation for paint. But we're trying to make this room all completely closed up. We got to get a window completely closed so we can put the air conditioner in there. So we'll have a place to get away, from the heat or whatever, nature. We can control our own environment in there. So it hasn't rained here in at least 3 days. We started making these ditches, and there's going to be modifications. But you can see the ground is still wet right there, still wet right there. And this sits in the sun almost all day. There's water here, standing water here. It's all wet. It's still wet. So I'm digging some more trenches, and eventually we're going to be trenched all the way down to keep all the water on this garden area. You can see it just hits the ground and just runs that way. And right here is one of the main thoroughfares for the water. But now I've got it ditched. When it hits there, it's all going to stay and it's going to sink down in. So little by little, we're trying to work this sloping part of the property where it's going to hold our water for a long time. So we're walking down this way. I'm not done with this area yet, but you can see these plants here. I think they're potatoes, I think. So you can tell me if you know something different. But the water always came down here and it would run. They had it trenched. That's a thing here in the Philippines. I mean, they'll build these little trenches like this, and then the water would go past. They've got this little area made, I don't know. And then see, they have it running down that way, and then it goes off the property. So we need a lot better water conservation than what we've got. Because, look, come over here to the well. I know you can't really probably see, but see the water down there. We got water. But you see the little white flecks on the side? Here about a month ago, that's all the farther down it was. It was that high. So we're using a lot of water. And good water conservation is going to drive if we keep it on the ground and keep it on the property, it'll eventually it'll put that water down in our water table, and hopefully it's going to keep our well from going dry. And we've got to build these little ditches or swalls, whatever you want to call them, all over the property, and then plant things in the berm. Oh my God. So it's all about the water conservation. That's why I dug this, and again, I'm going to do some more work on it. It's kind of pungit right now, kind of ugly, but the idea is to force that water down into our own water table and keep it on the property. Hopefully it's going to end up seeping back into our own well. But our grass and everything is growing a lot better, and I'm letting it go ahead and grow a little bit. You see some of it's going to seed. That's what I'm trying to do. All this stuff's going to go to seed. We'll cut it, we'll let it fall and let it go back, back down into the earth. But those seeds will be there, and it's just going to keep coming up, and more organic material is going to go down. And we are going to get a couple of goats. We're going to get at least 3 goats, so that'll help to kind of take that kind of pasture area, and we'll be feeding the goats, eventually eating the goats, and so that'll provide some meat, that'll provide food for the goats, and they will replenish, the fertilizer needs of this area right here. So that's the plan. So they're getting ready tomorrow, they're getting ready to pour. They've brought all the dirt up here, and now they're spraying for termites. You can see their tamping apparatus, which they've tamped all the ground down to make it flat get ready for the pour for tomorrow.